A picturesque environment to behold. While these buildings are made from brick and cement, just opposite are apartments made from shipping containers. Life after sea is beginning for these discarded steel blocks. Now they are housing people instead of cargo. The use of shipping containers for apartments and offices is becoming popular in Ghana. A breakdown of housing structures in the 2021 population and housing census revealed that 8% are metal containers. From ministries, departments, and agencies and small businesses dotted along the streets, metal containers are gaining popularity. They are regarded as being eco-friendly and having the ability to withstand hurricanes and earthquakes. Founder of iWood's Creation, Eric Jima, has been converting shipping containers into apartments and offices.
Convert a shipping container to a regular home, insulate, have your electricity, have your plumbing pipes in. It's relatively, I would say 50% less expensive than a brick and mortar. The 20-footer container, you can have a very beautiful home, a bedroom, a toilet and bath, probably just have an associated or a detached kitchen from it. That should cost you less than, or let's say, 50,000 cedis.
In South Korea, there is a 2,600 square foot school made up of shipping containers. Amsterdam-based Temple Housing has been building student dormitories, low-cost work accommodations, office buildings with 40 by 80 steel blocks. Shipping containers are usually 40 feet long by 8 feet wide and 8.5 feet high. Stacked together, they create buildings just like children fixing Legos together to create a building block.
Let's say a typical slum like Nima or Choco, whereby we are providing a 40-footer container. A 40-footer container can serve 2 families. So that's a 1-bedroom, self-contained in a 20-footer container. It gives you the opportunity to provide more rooms and you use less land.
Dr. Safo Hene is an urban planning specialist. What should you look out for before purchasing a shipping container?
You have to look at the use, the prior use, if that's been used for some chemicals and stuff, and has suffered some spillages. Certainly, it has to be cleaned out, fumigated, sanitized before you can now think about converting it into a housing. You must also look at the enclosure, the fabric that's used for the enclosure, because the durability of the enclosure is also a factor in how that it can protect the occupants from the elements. Because if it can easily rust, if it's not thick enough and can easily rust, very soon the house will be exposed to the elements.
Companies which build from shipping containers make an estimated savings of 20 to even 50% of traditional housing costs. Shipping containers being used as residential apartments and office spaces is catching up with Ghanaians. Could this be the solution to Ghana's housing deficit? But the question is, how affordable will this be to the ordinary Ghanaian? Could government also partner with the private sector to make this affordable for slum dwellers?
There are multiple options you have to apply to get the solution for the housing deficit. This provides, I would say, probably temporary solution. Why? Because the supply of containers is regulated from within the shipping industry. And so containers that come out of the ports must be containers that have been declared not seaworthy. To that extent, then there's a limitation on how much you can get to do your development. If you're dealing with, and you say a housing deficit of, say, 2 million units, if you're dealing with even a tenth of that, that's 200,000, depending on the sizes that you need. Even if you were to need even 2 containers for each unit, that's clearly around 400,000 containers for the 2 million household housing deficits that you are only supplying 10% for. So you need 400,000 containers. to get to the 400,000 containers is not something you can easily achieve. What you can say for it is that it helps in emergencies. So if you have emergency situations, of course, then containerized solutions are very handy. They come in very handy.
Eric Juma is on an ambitious drive to construct 18 container apartments on a plot of land at Ahojo in Kumasi. The United Nations estimates that 60% of the world's population will live in cities by 2030. With rents skyrocketing and cost of building materials soaring, shipping containers may just be the real affordable housing projects Ghanaians have been waiting for. In fact, your home may just be on a ship on its way to Ghana. Portia Gabo, TV3 News, Accra.